Well, now
So,
we're
hello everyone. Welcome. This is Baddies Talk Back, a monthly virtual roundtable brought to you by For the Breast of Us, the first inclusive online community for women of color affected by breast cancer. Some of you may know me. My name is Marissa Thomas. I am the co-founder of For the Breast of Us. Usually on this screen, you see me with my partner in purpose, Jasmine Sowers, but she is out on vacation this week, taking a much needed time off. So we will go on ahead and wish her well. But I brought two of my Baddie ambassadors with me to join in the conversation today. We have Miranda and Tova. Hello, ladies.
hey.
Hello.
Why don't you guys go on ahead and introduce yourselves for the people that don't know who you are?
Hello, everybody. My name is Miranda. I was diagnosed 5 years ago with stage 3 hormone positive breast cancer. I live in Houston, Texas, originally born and raised. I have 5 kids. Yes, there's 5 of them. I'm proud all the time. And I'm a Baddie ambassador and just happy to be here.
And
My
Miss Tova.
my name is Tova. I just joined this amazing group of women as a Baddie ambassador this year after being diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer in December of 2019. I am originally from the Northeast, but I've been living outside of Houston for about, goodness, like 7 or 8 years, 7 years, almost 8 years now. Never get used to the weather here. I, I have a pre-teen and a post-teen, so the level of meh in my house is just like on another level, and I'm just happy to be here.
Good. I'm glad to have both of you guys here with me. This should be a good conversation. Um, so it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, or as we call it, Breast Cancer Action Month. So before we jump into it, let me know, ladies, how is October and BCAM treating you so far?
Um, yeah, so I last year was my first experience as a thriver going through Breast Cancer Action Awareness Month. So it was different for me last year. And so this year, I guess what I'm learning is that it's just like every part of your journey or your experience or whatever you call it will likely be different. And it's okay to be different because this year I'm not about that posting life. I've hardly posted, and I've reposted a few things for the rest of us, and particularly maybe, but I have not posted a lot of personal things this year like I did last year, and it's okay. And y'all just gonna have to take this living that I'm doing and be inspired for that, being inspired by that for the moment, because it's just not a part of my journey right now.
Yeah. What about you, Miranda?
I think, like everybody, like your first year kind of entrenched in this is like, pre-COVID, there's like luncheons and dinners and parties and conferences. And so
Mm-hmm.
my first year, I was like trying to do all the things all the time, because I'm hanging with my friends and I'm like, yeah, we did this. And I think once you get more into it, especially if you're doing a lot of advocating, it just gets very tiring, very
Mm-hmm.
overwhelming. And I don't know if y'all feel like this, but part of me wants to kind of disconnect. And then the other part of me is like, no, I can't. Like, I feel like people are depending on me. They expect
Mhm.
it. This is
Right.
what I told everybody, this is what I'm going to do. So it's like this weird kind of trying to
Mhm.
figure out how to balance it,
Yep.
like
Mm-hmm.
it's work, but it's overwhelming, but
Yep.
it's fulfilling,
Yep.
all that stuff.
Yep.
So,
All the things
Yeah.
yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
about something like that. I blogged about something about that like recently because I started feeling like almost guilty for not blogging as actively as I'd been in the past. And I just had to realize that, no, like that was a part of my journey. Using my words on paper was a part of that journey. And now I'm using my words differently, spoken
Right.
word through advocacy to support those same group of women just differently. And it's okay.
Yeah. And I think what people also fail to realize is that even for October, even though breast cancer is highlighted for us, especially a lot of us within For the Breast of Us and our ambassadors, like we're advocating all year long. So just because October comes around and everybody's kind of pushing and doing a lot, then we've been doing it all year long. And especially for us, starting since the retreat in May, like we've been going hard in the paint since then. So, we've had a couple campaigns that have dropped. So it's just, protecting your peace, like I always say, is what we have to do.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Completely agree.
So for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we decided besides just building the bridges for women of color diagnosed with breast cancer, we want to be the bridge for them. So we tasked the women in our community to share their love, light, and lessons they've learned along the way, helping the women diagnosed behind us. And we call that campaign that we're running this October called Breast Wishes. And I know that both of you participated in that. So how was that for you both to participate? I know, Miranda, you did a song, which I loved. It actually almost made me cry. I think you almost started crying towards the end too. Yeah.
The thug almost cried.
The thug almost cried. Like, yeah. But I got it together.
I tried to keep my composure, but yeah, it was like I'm always like struggling with trying to not be like, I think everybody knows that, but the song that I shared by Celia Cruz called La Vida es un Carnaval, your life is a party, life is a carnival. And I knew what I wanted to do, but you ladies know, like I'm very introverted, mostly introverted. And I knew what I wanted to do, and I wanted to kind of show the lyrics and all that. But for me, it was really difficult to try to be in front of a camera. Like I'm not used to that. I don't like being in the front, and like, I know some women are really great at that and dancing and just, doing all that. It was really a struggle, and I did it a billion times, and it doesn't help that my kids always clown me when there's any kind of internet activity, video, whatever, But once I saw, I was like, no one's going to know this song. No one's probably ever heard of it. And I was so surprised. There's so many women like, oh my God, I love her. And I love that song. And I'm like, yes, like even April, who didn't speak Spanish, she called me in the morning. She's like, I'm listening to this on the way to work. It's so good. And I was like, cool, then, it was worth it.
Yeah, that's dope. And then Tova, you had like an affirmation that you had shared, right?
Yeah, it was, and I mean, it's something that I've always carried with me through my life, even before breast cancer, that I thought was just really applicable. And it was, it's like, I try not to let circumstances control me. And instead of doing that, control the way that I respond to them. And it's especially helpful when you feel that there are things that are occurring that you don't necessarily control, or you can't, and it's really powerful for me because I am, my husband will tell anybody, a control freak, right? And that's one thing that I learned through this journey. And my doctors are like, look, listen, ma'am, this is not how this works. You're not going to tell us when it happens, right? We're going to get through this together, and we're going to give you indications, right? And so just instead of letting the circumstance control you, try to not control, but really focus on how you respond to the circumstance, and that that's related to how other people want you to feel, right? Like, because there are some people that might feel like, oh well, you need to be mad, you need to be angry, or some people that might want to make you feel like you need to be super positive all the time, and you're like, no, I don't feel like that right now, right? And so you not letting the circumstance and other people dictate how you feel. And so that was really my information.
I love it. Both of you guys had really good ones. I'm like, oh, this is a really good, I love it. I loved every part about it. So since it is about breast wishes, and the breast wishes we're just sharing with other women who have been diagnosed or who will be diagnosed after us, some of the things that we wish that people had told us when we were diagnosed or while we were going, through our breast cancer experience. So what's one thing that you wish somebody would have shared with you when you were diagnosed?
That people say a lot of stupid shit to you when you're diagnosed.
You took that from me. Yes, exactly.
I just didn't expect it. Like, people would say stuff like, oh, yeah, I hope you caught it early. We're like, okay, what the hell does that mean? Or, oh,
Right.
who was diagnosed and they didn't make it. Okay, great, thanks. Like just be prepared, because that can, even when you're trying to control the way you feel, those things
Mm-hmm.
that you're not aware or early on that they happen, they can be very triggering.
Yeah.
So
So how do you deal with that though when you get stuff like that? Because I had a lot. Like I ended up in the middle of my treatment. I was retaining water. Like for whatever reason, Taxol just made me like swell up completely.
that was me.
Like it was crazy. Like I looked down at my feet and my legs. I'm just like, what is going on? And it's funny because I had went to the Beyonce concert the night before, and I was like, oh, it's probably because I was up dancing and stuff, and I probably shouldn't have been there. And my nurse was like, no, it's just a side effect. I'm like, oh, okay, good. It wasn't I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But like, how do you deal with that? Because when I went to work and I was just completely puffy and had gained all this weight, I work in healthcare, so one of the nurses walked up to me and said, well, at least you're still alive.
Oh,
I'm just like,
or it's this hair.
right.
Yeah. So sometimes I think that there's a variety of ways that you can, I responded. There was sometimes that I was, depending on the person, like if it was maybe a seemingly elderly person, I'm like, okay, yeah, thanks. But if it was somebody who just thought that they just knew, like, well, I can remember one time, and I actually blogged about this. I was at the gym, and I was minding my business at the gym, and because in my head, I was active before, so I was like, I'm going to try to be as active as I can be. So I'm at the gym, and this is like after treatment, not that right after treatment, but during treatment. And I am like sitting on this bike, but I am like, I'm not trying to run any races. I'm just pedaling, right? This lady walks up to me and she legit was like, if you're really trying to lose some weight, you probably should use a little bit more. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I called her in my blog, I called her Fitness Fonda, and I was in Fitness Fonda called that. She really should probably do something. I said, well, the next time that you have chemo, then you let me know what you do after it. And she was just looking at me like, oh, like, mind your damn business. That's basically
Right.
it. And so my point is, you get a variety of responses, but some of them are more fitting than others.
Yeah. What about you, Miranda?
I actually had a lady who would visit me. We had volunteers in the hospital that come and like talk to patients. And, I'm telling her this story about, I'll never forget this. It was like maybe a couple days from my diagnosis. And I'm telling a friend, one of my son's friends' moms came over and was chit-chatting. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm, going to have to start doing chemo, and I don't know how I'm going to do this. And she's, the whole like, oh, my uncle's brother's cousin went through that, and he had this, and he got really sick, and then he was going to die, and he lasted a little bit. And I was like,
thank you.
So I'm telling the volunteer this, and she told me, you have a card. And it was a literal card. She brought it to me, and it was a cancer card. And she said, you play this card when you need to play it. So I got to the point where I would even tell my husband, like, does this improve my mental health? If this doesn't improve my mental health, I don't want to hear it. Is this going to make me happy in this moment? I don't want to hear it. And it's really hard, though. I mean, I agree with Tova. If it's someone who just says something that's completely asinine, it takes all your strength to not go off of them, right? Because like the crazy person, right?
You just said, at least I can control myself not to slap the S out of you.
Yeah.
Sometimes that might be appropriate, right? So,
right.
I mean, it's a balance, and then you like my affirmation though. What happens though then when you respond to them like that? The impact, that negative energy is transferred to you, and now you're sitting with it. So, yeah, it's I don't think
so we can't be petty patties then.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I think it depends.
Okay.
Sometimes I think people don't even, they're so ashamed of what they're saying to you that they try to act like they're not even affected. One time I will never forget this. I was getting gassed early in the morning. I was always embarrassed, had my head covered. I never went out bald. I wish I would have now, but this woman steals my my space, like I'm pulling in this way, she's pulling, and I'm, whatever. So I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, I was waiting here. And she's just, like, wait a minute. I got out and I knocked on the door and I'm like, I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't know if you know, I was waiting here for gas. And she's
She's
like,
introverted though. Not
couldn't
that
believe
day,
it.
Miranda.
She was so rude. Like, she didn't even say, I'm sorry, or I'm going to be real quick. And I'm just like, did you not see me? Like, I'm sitting. So then I was like, that was it. I was done. You know, I got out and I'm up talking to her and just like, I have been waiting here. I don't feel well. I'm going through chemo. My head is covered. I don't have any hair. I just want to get gas and go home. And she's just like,
Mhm.
well, I'm almost done. I ripped the thing off my head at 8 in the morning, you know, a gas station full of people. And I'm just like, I'm not going to say exactly what I said, but very politely showed her this, you know,
Mhm.
and I could not believe that this woman did it. But I'm almost grateful for her because then at that point I wasn't uncomfortable to go out without my head covered.
Yeah. You almost had like a fried green tomatoes moment. You remember that movie?
Mhm.
And when she was in the parking lot with the lady, you almost had one of those moments.
I actually saw that same exact woman in the same parking space about a year later. And I was like, the first time when she was finally driving off, I was like, you know what? I'm going to pray for you. I hope Jesus helps you learn to recognize people that are in need. And I hope you have a blessed day.
Yes, kill them with kindness. Just kill them with kindness. See, I guess that's the alternative to petty patty. I'm gonna have to work on that. I'll work on that on my end. Yeah.
See, Medea, I came to fight. Yes, I felt that I had to hold her back, you know, taking my earrings out and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
There's some more stuff.
But it's even just like what Stacy said on here. People really don't know what to say, which they don't. I think they just like word vomit and they just say whatever they think that they probably should be saying, and then it just comes out. Where it's just like you want to just tell them like, just stop.
Just don't. Sometimes but it's okay to say nothing. It's okay to say nothing. People feel like that they need to give an opinion. They need to give some advice, but it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And Veronica, I can't believe somebody asked you that. Like that actually would have took.
That's April. Veronica,
Right.
V, it's October, V. It's not April Fool's time.
Yeah, we're just not even going to deal with that because then we'll all have to come to San Antonio and it just won't be okay.
I would have pulled my pants down at that moment if someone asked me. Or I would have wanted to. I don't know if my husband would have let me, but how would you say something
It's
like
ridiculous.
that?
Ridiculous.
Yeah. But I would say yes, for the women who are going to be diagnosed with us or you're still getting conversations like those, definitely follow Tova's advice and just, don't be petty. Just don't say anything to them. Maybe even be like Miranda, like, I'm going to pray for you. Or you just have a blessed day because people don't know how to react to that when you say it to them.
But I mean, look, listen, sis. Sometimes what the thing to do is what makes you feel better. And sometimes the thing to do is cursing people out sometimes. And then maybe you just do that and you just go and turn around about your day. And then you say, and have a blessed day. How do you feel in the moment?
Just got to get it all out.
Right. Sometimes you have to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but so like Jenny says, in Texas we say, bless your heart.
Oh, bless your heart.
Oh, that's like good Southern stuff. I love it.
But when you hear, the person is not being kind.
So is there an affirmation? I guess, Miranda, I'll ask you because you did a song for Breast Wishes. Is there an affirmation that you like to use, not even just during your breast cancer experience, but just in life in general?
Yes, I have two. One of them is adelante, which means forward. So it's like something that a friend of mine, the principal at our elementary school was diagnosed right around the same time I was. We had different treatments, but we would always talk. We'd see each other in the hallways and she would always say, adelante. And I'm like, man, that's really good. Yes. Like, we're just going to go forward. It doesn't mean you have to be happy. It doesn't mean you have to, be perky patty or whatever. It just means you're going to go forward. Every day you get up, you're just going to just go, whatever you can do. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But the other one that I like, it's just my mantra, I guess, is life's what you make it.
Mm-hmm.
So you can make it. And someone talked about this in the deck too. I don't remember who it was, but and kind of what Tova said, like, you can't change what's happening. What are you going to make out of your life? How are you going to make your day? You know, you can
Mm-hmm.
get up and you can feel crappy, but your feet are on the floor.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So what
Yep.
are you going to make out of this day? You know, your life is how you make it. You can make yourself miserable, or you can try to make yourself able to just get through the day, you know?
Yep.
And that's with anything.
Yeah.
It's how you choose to see it, how you choose to respond to it, and how you move forward.
One of,
Yeah.
one of my other favorites was, and I think I lived through this as well, was you can either wait for the storm to pass or you can learn to dance in the rain.
Mm.
And for me, it was, I got some people that this affected negatively because, okay, well, how are you always smiling and you're going through this and you're diagnosed and you're always so happy and why? It's because of that first one that, I can choose to have take charge of my own reactions, or I can let life happen to me. No matter what between the two, I can't change the situation that I'm in right now, what I'm going through, like what Miranda's saying is going forward. Now it's
Right.
just how I choose to go forward. And so sometimes there are off times where for me, it wasn't being positive necessarily all the time, but I chose to find joy. And that's just me because that's my personality. So
the whole time while you're going through your treatment, that's all that you always try to find the moments of joy there.
I tried to do that. And some days that it's for me, it was more about intention rather than actually achievement. Right. And so every
Mm-hmm.
day I woke up, okay, I'm going to try this thing differently. I'm going to try a new today forward. Right. And then there are some experiences you have through the day or through the month that are not necessarily the greatest, but it was my intention to do that.
Yeah. And then Tova, what about a song?
A song.
Mm-hmm.
These days, my song is, and I cry every time I get to this one line, which is weird for me now, but recently I've been doing it.
Because you're a thug too, right?
Right. Jill Scott and Golden. And so the line where he says, I hope he's proud of me. Whatever your higher being is. Oh my God. That right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like breaks me down every single time, whether people are sitting there, whether I hear it in the grocery store. Yeah. That's one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the song Golden. It has like a special spot in my heart because when my son was in second grade, that was kind of like a turn point year for him. And he had a Black teacher, a Black woman, who put her all into it to make sure that like he would not fail and he would succeed. But she did that for like all the kids in her class too. Mm. And every morning when they came into class, she would always play Golden for them. Mm. And I was like, yeah, that was just so just like set their whole day off just to let them know, like, you're dope. You can do this. Let's, sit down and do this work. And so, yeah, every time I hear it, that just takes me back to when you get ready to shed. You gonna shed a tear?
Nope. I ain't gonna be nope.
Yes, I see Kaneen put in the comments looking for small wins. Yes, we always say we're gonna ask that question at the end. So Kaneen, everybody here, don't let me forget because I want everybody to put in their comments, not now, but I want to know what everybody's small wins, at least for this month. We'll do this whole month to see what everybody's small wins are so far. But switching streams a little bit from the breast wishes. Yesterday, For the Breast of Us kind of went a little viral. Just a little bit. Because Black Girls Rock, thank you to them, had posted our group photo from the When You See Us campaign. The photo that, me and Jasmine and then a plus of our ambassadors, some of our ambassadors did while we were on our retreat. It's definitely one of my most favorite photos from the photo shoot that we did. And so I just want you guys to tell me, what do you think? We'll talk about the positive and then we'll kind of get into the controversy a little bit afterwards. But tell me what you guys thought about that and when you seen it, because it was dope to see it happening. I know when I got the notification on my phone saying Black Girls Rock just posted, that they tagged you and posted you. And I was like, this has got to be an imposter account, right? And then I went and looked and I was like, oh, snaps, it's them. They actually posted it. So when you guys seen it, tell me how you felt and what you guys feel about the pictures in the campaign.
I kept checking the numbers, the likes, and I was like, "Oh, look, 100 people! Wow! Oh, look, 1,000 people! Wow!" I know. I texted you. I was like, "Oh my gosh, there's like 10,000 likes, and then 50,000." And like one of the things my kids were always joking about, like when you do something big, you're on X Games mode. So that's kind of why I did that little reel. Like, I could not believe that it was so, like, it was just insane, like completely insane.
Mm-hmm.
um it is one of my favorite photos, I think, because it's just everyone is just so effortlessly happy, even though we kind of felt silly because they're telling us, oh, laugh, laugh, but that's like, then it just caught on, and just seeing everybody, it's just like, just joy, and like not worried about what we look like, and we're all together, and it's just so beautiful. Like, even looking at it, I feel that energy of us all there today, and like, um it was
Oh, you
such
can
a
have a moment. It's so cute.
That's how that happens. When non-thugs cry. No, Miranda is a thug. She's a whole thug.
Yeah, she is. She definitely is. Even more than you, April. I see you in the comments. But Tova, what did you think when you seen it going on?
So I was working, and I was actually in a meeting. So I'm sitting in this conference room, and I'm getting a text message, and Marissa's like, "We're gonna go viral," and I'm looking, and I'm like, "What's this all about?" So I'm looking, but you know how she's talking. She says it's on Instagram, but you know how you've had that experience when you open Instagram when when you're really not supposed to, and it happens to be somebody, of course, has music on their post. I couldn't be that. So I was like, "Excuse me, I'll be back. I need an ergo break." And so when I was out with my phone, I was like, but yeah, that's how I found out. And it was just like, it just took me all the way back to that moment of us being in the studio and taking those photos. And it's just exactly, it's very consistent with the purpose of the campaign. It just you feel seen again and again. I don't know how many times I've posted that photo or reposted it, but it's important. It's so important for people to see Black women in this space, but also to see a variety of Black women and what they really look like. And it makes it's just, I don't know. I feel like that's one of those photos that is just going to be around forever. And
Yeah.
people will continue to post it like, "Oh, I remember 30 years ago, these women posted this." Just so dope.
Yeah. And they definitely did. You're right, Miranda. They did capture the joy in that whole moment. Which it's great to see just in the picture and see it. Like, you do definitely relive it. I think it's something that we'll all look back on even like 10 years from now, when some of us may have like grandkids and stuff, and just be like, "Oh, look at this picture." I sent the post to my son yesterday, and he was like, "Oh, that's hard," because they can't say that much. That's all they could say. But yeah, no, it is. And so there was a little bit of controversy that happened from that, but we got a little bit of a correction today. So an organization called Women That Soar had, because, everybody's been sharing this. Of course, like Kaneen said in the comments, it has over 91,000 likes so far, which is crazy. But they had took the photo, and I guess they just decided, which not I guess, because it definitely happened, they went on ahead and altered the photo and covered up parts of the photo that didn't need to be covered up at all. I mean, that was the basis of the campaign, is when you see us, we want you to see us as we are. And definitely to show other, women of color, Black and brown women, that it is okay that you have scars. It's okay that you've went through this, and it's okay for you to embrace them. And whether other people want to embrace them or not, who cares? But this is who I am, and for us not to be ashamed. So seeing that they had took the picture and altered it, it definitely lit a fire under all of us. And it was their photo, unfortunately, was shared to other bigger accounts. And so the one thing that I loved about a lot of the baddie ambassadors and the baddies in our community, everybody just started rallying and was just like, "What is this? Why are you doing this?" And, we all kind of rallied together and asked them to go on ahead and change it, which today they did. They actually posted the original and they issued an apology, which that just goes to show you. Yeah, when we all come together
Mhm.
And, definitely for the greater good. When we do stuff together, it'll all work out. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things that it showed. And I think even they said in their post, like, sometimes people mess up and it wasn't intentional, and, we're sorry. And I'm glad that they, reposted the original photo, and, they said they're open to having the conversation and continue the conversation with us, which is great because I think
Yep.
it's a teaching moment, right?
Yep. That's
For
exactly.
not just them. Yeah.
But that's the whole purpose of the photo, of taking the photo the way we took the photo, right? So that you can teach and you can inspire and you can have these moments where you can change minds and views and perspectives. So sometimes you have to go through a little bit to get to that positive, and that's what was necessary to go through in order to get to a position where we've changed minds. And then look how many other minds have been changed because now they posted the picture as it should have been posted.
Right. And there was a lot of women in the comments who I didn't even know about for the rest of us, but were even asking, like, well, why did you guys even change this? Like, I'm a 15-year survivor. Like, I'm glad that I can see pictures like this. Like, they've never seen pictures like it. So for them, it's like now they were feeling seen, right? Even though they were so long out from their diagnosis, it's like when I look at these women, I see me. And so I want to be able to see it. And so they've seen the original and then they see this and they're just kind of like, okay, but it's not,
right,
adding up for me. So I mean, yeah, it definitely highlighted exactly what we wanted from the campaign. And I definitely want people to even just go read some of the quotes that you guys had posted in there just so they could see and, know why we want people to see us. Like, we're demanding everybody in the community, like, you're going to see Black and brown women and we're going to be here regardless.
It was like all I could think of was like an ant pile. Like somebody was sticking a stick in the ant pile. And then like all of us just started coming out and just nipping at them and just like, I mean, they didn't realize that that's one thing that I've noticed about this community, not just for the rest of us, but everyone. Like everybody supports each other. Everyone lifts each other up. Everyone has got your back, like it was just like so funny. Like my husband's like, dang, they didn't know y'all rolled deep. I'm like, I know. Everybody was on it,
You learned today.
Right. Yeah. You could think that, people diagnosed with breast cancer are softies, but we will show you real quick. We got a lot of thugs in our group. We got to stop calling ourselves thugs, though. We got to give ourselves a different name. People are going to think, what did they be doing behind the scenes if they're always calling each other thugs? We're really nice, though. We are, you guys.
We're very nice.
Okay, so breast wishes. Now, do you guys have your cards with you?
Yes.
Oh, I don't.
You don't? It's okay, Tova. Either me or Miranda will. Well, Miranda's got her cards out right there. I have mine. They're still on the pretty little bag. So breast wishes. We have an oracle card deck. What'd you say, Tova?
I said I ran in straight from the car. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm just glad that you were here.
Yeah, me too.
So Miranda, you go on ahead, move around your deck, pick a card, show the people what it is, and then I'll have you pick one for Tova too.
Pick a card, any card.
Pick a card.
I did shuffle them. So
you said what?
I shuffled them too.
Oh, see, she shuffled them for you. There you go.
Great.
Pulled one out. We'll grab this one. And then you said one more for Tova?
Yeah, but read yours first.
Okay.
So for everybody that's watching, with the breast wishes, we've got all these breast wishes. These are from women of color within the community who have been diagnosed with breast cancer. And we took all of their quotes, their affirmations, their lessons that they want to share, and we made them into an oracle card deck, which you can pre-order and buy. I will go ahead and drop the link in the comments in case you would like to do that. I'll also give you guys a special code in case you want a little discount. Don't forget it. So Miranda's going to show you her card and she will read it for you.
I'm just looking at the comments. I'm like dying. Like I'm trying not to laugh. Gang, gang, we throw hands, we fight. Like, oh my gosh, I love it.
Oh my God.
So actually, I pulled Jenny's card.
Oh, hey, Jenny.
And it is Dance It Out. So that's a song that she selected. And it's called I'm Alive by Michael Franti and Spearhead. For Jenny, it is a reminder that no matter how hard life gets, you're still here and you're still alive.
I love that. That's a good one, Jenny. Look at you. I knew Jenny had a little soft spot in her. Okay, Tova, you ready for yours? Miranda's got to pull it. My cards they're still in the package because they're so pretty, so I may have to have Miranda pull mine too.
Let's see.
The fact that, hold on, let me show you guys this bag again. You guys see Jenny's comment because it's funny because when I seen the bag too, I thought that, and I was just like, oh.
It definitely looked like a crown a little bit.
It does.
Let's see. Did we read this one? I think this one was one of the ones that was highlighted. Do you want me to get another one, or just is this one okay?
You can pull another one, yeah.
Okay.
It's Tova's anyways.
Everybody saw that.
The second card from the left.
Okay.
She's like, it's too much pressure.
Oh, look at that. It's a Shoni card.
Oh, hey, Shoni.
How about that?
She has, I don't know if you, can you see that, or is it backwards?
I can see, wait a minute. I can see if you, life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. It's my effort.
Yes. See, it was perfect.
We here.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, I'm going to be even more difficult. I want the 8th card from the right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, well, look at that. It's another Dance It Out card.
Oh, hey.
Let's see if you can see that.
Blessed by Charlie Wilson. I loved Blessed. That is one of my favorite songs.
And that is from
Vatisha?
Yes.
Yes, I know Tisha. I don't even know if she's watching or not, but Tisha, that's one of my girls. She's from the DMV. She's from your area, Tova.
Hey.
Yes. So the Breast Wishes card. So tell me, what do you guys like about these cards so far? I know that we're all just getting them. They definitely look, they're really dope. They came out really well.
They did. They are. I like the texture of them. I mean, physically, like I definitely like the messages, and then also because they are a bunch of different songs in there, you can create your. If you decided that you wanted to purchase them, you can create your own like playlist. You have your own vibe. You can pick a card a day, set them up, and just pick one and use it to start your day. And I just like a bit of. I mean, for me personally, I'm connected to all these women, but even if you're not, it's a bit of inspiration to start your day. So it's really dope. I love the campaign.
Yeah,
we do dope stuff on a regular basis, though. So I'm not surprised.
We do dope stuff on a regular basis.
Kind of our big deal.
According to Instagram, with our over 90,000 likes, we definitely are a big deal so far.
I actually had never even heard of Oracle, like an Oracle card deck. I didn't know what it was. I mean, I knew it was a deck of cards, but I didn't know what that meant until Jasmine, kind of explained what it was. And I didn't even know things like this existed. So this is like super cool because I think anytime that you just have a moment and you're just kind of like, maybe disconnected or feeling down, or you just need something and you don't know where to get it from, like you just pull this out and you just pick one. And isn't it always like the card that you pull in these things is the one that you really needed to read?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's exactly
all
right.
the time.
It's so unique. And I don't think with all the campaigns that you guys have done, I don't think anyone has really done anything similar to any of them.
No, they haven't. I mean, they've come close, but not, Here she They've definitely come close, but yes, always 2 steps ahead, always. Yeah. We do have a playlist. I seen that Shoni had asked that. It's a Spotify playlist. Unfortunately, I know Jenny may have the link and she could post it there, but I believe it is under Breast Cancer Baddies if you look on Spotify, and it has all of the songs that everybody submitted for Breast Wishes, which will be dope. Which tomorrow during the Hip Hop Happy Hour, Veronica and Jenny will be on there, and they'll play a couple of songs. They'll be on there for a quick little segment, and they'll play a couple of songs from the playlist, so that'll be dope too.
Nice.
So definitely, yeah. take a look at that. Another question that I had for you guys, real quick, and then I know we have a couple of giveaways to do, is do you think that there is a such thing as toxic positivity?
Yeah.
How do you combat it, especially during the month of October?
So like I said in the beginning, that's generally my thing, right? Is to try to find that silver lining and live for right now and dance through this. So that's generally how I roll. I think for me, the toxic positivity is the expectations that people have that I should not have a bad day because I'm generally more times than not like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm a whole human being. Like sometimes I don't feel like smiling, right? Or sometimes I'm just this and I'm going to go through it and I want to experience it. On the other hand, I think that when people, somebody might not necessarily have that characteristic and people will try to make them force them to be positive. Oh, you should just be positive or look on the bright side. No, people should just be, especially
Mm-hmm.
when they're going through something as traumatic as a breast cancer journey or after a diagnosis. We need to allow people to be and not try to impose our views of how they should be on them. So
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all read Shang Rong's card. I thought she said it perfectly, that there's positive validation and then there's toxic possibility. So instead of
Mm-hmm.
someone saying, just like you said, Tova, oh, you should be happy. You're done with treatment. You're good, right? You're back to normal. But what Shang Rong is saying is like, you can get up and not feel well, but you can still say, I'm capable of getting through this day. You're still acknowledging that you're not 100%, but that you can try, that you can,
mm-hmm.
so you can have both at the same time, right? Like you can feel bad, but still feel good about trying.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Shantae Drakeford, actually, her car was really good. She said, don't underestimate the power of you got this.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that because it's not telling you, oh, you should be positive and you should always be happy. It's just like, just telling yourself, you got this. It's like so basic, just nice, positive
Yep.
validation affirmations.
Yeah.
Those were two of my favorite ones.
Yep.
My sister, when I was going through chemo, she used to always send me the meme of that little baby where he's got his arm in the air and he's like, "You got this." So she would send that to me all the time. So yeah, when I seen that Shantae had posted that like took me back to that moment. I was just like, yeah, that actually worked for me. Just seeing it, to make me smile, even if it's like, oh, I don't want to get up and do anything. It's just like, okay, well, I could still try to put one foot in front of the other and make it happen.
Right.
So, yeah. I know that Kanina put in the comments, which I did say, so we'll do that right now. So if everybody who is watching, if you can let us know, type in the comment in the comment box there, what your small win is for the month, because the month of October, even though it feels like it's been 3 months already, it is actually almost over. Thank the Lord. But Telva, what is your small win for the month?
My small win for the month is that I get up each day, no matter the imbalance of what's going on with family and work and breast cancer action awareness month and me trying to maintain health and appointments. I get up every day and start over. I've told myself this month that I wasn't going to carry my yesterdays into my todays, and thus far I have been successful at doing that.
Good. I love it. Miranda?
So I recently got connected through my hospital to a young lady, and she just finished chemo. So she had questions about, side effects and surgery and radiation and things. And as we started talking, she's asking me, when were you diagnosed? And I said 40. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm 40. What stage were you? And I said, I'm stage 3. And she's like, oh my gosh, I was too. So she was just like, can we meet in person? I'm like, yeah, sure. Let's, we'll have lunch or coffee or whatever. And we met and had a really great conversation. And I think just knowing that you have, I don't know if I would say an impact, but maybe like that you just brought like some peace, to somebody's life. Like it kind of makes everything worth it, like getting out every day and like, you know, being in the hospital or talking to people or, reposting and all the, conferences and lunches and whatever, right? Can get overwhelming. But to know that there's like one person in this month that I was able to kind of reach and just give her, like a little bit of peace, it just, that was my win, I think. Just like,
Mhm.
it just makes you feel good. Like, it's like, I didn't do this. I mean, obviously no one wants to go through treatment, but I can see like the benefit that I have is what I've learned to be able to kind of, teach someone else.
Yeah.
And she was just really sweet. We have a lot in common, and it just made me feel really good.
Yeah. I would say my small win for the month is, you guys know that I just recently had surgery. And Tova, I'm like you, where I like to, well, I think that's one thing cancer has taught me, is that I can't be in control of everything, which kind of pissed me off. But, it's a whole nother topic there. But my small win was actually letting people help me. Like I let, my dad come over. Yeah, I know that's like big for me, because I'm just like, no. And it's more so just because, I don't feel good. I'm walking around all frumpy and everything. And I just don't want anybody to be in my space. And so I'm just like, no, I could just do it. But now I'm just like, no, my mom come over, she'll clean up for me. My dad's been coming to do stuff for me. And I'm just like, let me just let you do it. Like I can't lift anything. Still can't do that. So I'm like, well, that's my small one. I'm just like, okay, well, let me step back, step out the way, let them do it for me. And then just, that way I could try to properly heal, because man, I am 41. Yeah, I am 41. I had to think about how old I am. And having a surgery after you're 40 is like my body's like, okay, girl, I don't know what you got going on over here, but we did not sign up for this. I'm like, I am not a spring chicken anymore. I'm not even healing the right way. So yeah, that's my small one. It's just letting go instead of just trying to be in control of everything.
And you're healing the right way. You're healing the way that you're supposed to heal.
Am I though?
Yes.
I'm like, I don't know, but I guess so.
Well, and, instead of looking at it as you're not healing the right way, you don't feel well. That's acknowledge that, but take this time to keep working on accepting help. Like it's just a little more time for you to just kind of let yourself, release a little bit of control. It's telling you have to be super positive and you're going to get better. Just feel how you feel and take advantage of people taking care of you.
Yeah, that's true. Which, can I tell you guys? So one of my incisions is not closing up all the way. Again, a whole nother story. But I sent an email to my doctor yesterday and was talking to the nurse. And I was telling her, it's still draining. Like, I actually feel like I'm getting an infection. And she's just like, well, are you sure you're not wearing a supportive enough bra? Maybe that's why your breast feels heavy. I'm like, lady, it took me everything just to not like go keyboard gangster on her and just be like, no, I'm trying to tell you listen to what I'm saying here. I'm like, she's like, are you wearing this bra every day, all day? I'm like, 24 hours a day. Yes, I'm still in a bra. Trust me.
Right. Let's start with assuming that I'm doing what I said I'm going to do.
Right. Like, that's my biggest thing too, because I have had a couple of setbacks. And the one thing that I don't like is everybody's just like, well, are you sure you're not doing this? Are you sure you're not doing that? Like, don't place blame on me. Like, don't do that, because I already feel bad enough as it is. Don't place blame that I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing. And that's the reason why.
Right.
But yeah, so that's my thing. But I'm still, still thinking of my small little win here. And Stacey, yes, letting people know that they're not alone. That's definitely, I know that we all try to definitely do that for sure, whether it just be telling people that or showing them in some type of way, letting them know that somebody's here for them. 100%. So, ladies, we do have some giveaways that we're going to do before we hop off of here. It's been a good conversation so far. But hey, we've got four giveaways that we are doing. And so, do you guys want to let everybody know what we're giving away?
Yes.
Do you guys?
I'm gonna have to get my old lady glasses though.
I love when you get them on too. I'm like, yes.
So I know that one of the things we had was from KA Essentials,
Mm-hmm.
a skincare line, which I was really excited. I don't know who's getting this, but I think you're really getting some good stuff. I'm a little bit jealous.
Yeah.
KA Essentials is actually an all natural skincare company that believes that everything the body needs is available from Earth. And fun fact, all of their ingredients come from West Africa, which I thought was really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All the ingredients have vitamins and nutrients and all that good stuff because, as we know, our skin is our biggest organ. We take care of all these things. We need to take care of our skin. KA Essentials wants to help women learn that you need to start giving your skin like these really good things, these essential ingredients, right? Because if your skin is healthy, then you get like the glow that everyone's always talking about, right? The youthful glow, the melanin glow, right? So if you want to find this awesome company, they're actually on Instagram. It's KA_essentials.
Yes.
I'm not really sure what's in their, kit, but I'm excited to see who gets it.
Yeah, I think they've got a couple different things in there, so it should be dope. You guys definitely go and give them a follow. They're donating 4 of their skincare boxes, which is really dope.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. And then we have another skincare box. This is by, the name of the company is called Irene Page. And it was actually founded by a metastatic baddie named Ebony Thompson and her daughters. Wow. So when Ebony was diagnosed in 2018, she noticed that her skin had changed dramatically, from treatments, medications, same thing that we've all been through. So her and her daughters started making products specifically for women diagnosed with breast cancer. And their skincare boxes contain handmade soaps, bath salts, linen spray, and a hydrating oil spray. So it looks pretty dope. And then you can find her page. I think if you just go and look for Ebony Thompson, you can find her page there. And, she's been a really good supporter of For the Breast of Us. So definitely give her a follow and shout out and send her some love. And then we will also be giving, and in this giveaway, we will have some of our Oracle cards in there. So that we're giving away 4 of these as well. And then Tova, what's the last prize that we have in there?
So it's the book. So it's informational. It's called Type A Guide to Cancer. Lauren Tarpley, who's a thriver who was diagnosed with stage 2 HER2 positive, hormone receptor negative, and BRCA negative invasive ductal carcinoma breast cancer at age 34. She wrote a book as a one-stop shop for information called Type A Guide to Cancer. It's the book she said that she would have liked to have had as a reference after her own diagnosis. And so you can find Lauren on Instagram at Type A Guide to Cancer.
And she always does some pretty dope reels, I noticed on Instagram. So you guys should take a look. And Tova, that could be like, y'all could talk about this book because I know you got a book that you're trying to write, girl.
Yeah, I did, but I need to be like, maybe I talk to her.
Maybe we can get the little book again that you want to start writing.
Yeah, I mean, I did. I wrote and I rewrote when I was in Mexico for a month. And I put it down. It just needs to go to somebody to start reading it so I can get to the editing stage. But I know it's a lot of work after you get there. I'm thinking to myself, like, once I give that to the individual to start reading it, then do I have time to actually like go and do the editing and all that stuff? So I'm trying to like I'm double dutch stepping on the side, like jumping in.
Yeah, it's definitely a process for sure. Okay, so we're giving away 4 of these. So you guys want to do a little drum roll for me? No, you guys can. Come on. So our 4 winners, I don't know if they're watching or not, but definitely if you let them know. The first one is Natasha Marino. She is our first winner. Our second winner is April Kazi.
Yay.
Third winner is Latanya Thornhill. And our 4th winner is Mariah Crenshaw.
Yay. Hey.
Yeah, so she's actually participated in a couple of our campaigns. She was in our Naked Truth campaign last year. So she's all about body positivity and another plus size baddie. So that's dope. So we will definitely get a hold of you ladies and let you know. Congratulations. I'm glad that you all were able to participate in our giveaway and get some dope prizes. I want to hear about these skincare boxes. Let me see you like glowing and stuff.
Yeah, all the things.
Yes. So, ladies, any parting words before we close out for the night? What's everybody doing for Halloween? It's going to be Hallows Eve. We got one more week of October to get through. You don't like you don't like Halloween. You like Day of the Dead, though.
Well, I just don't like Halloween because when you have kids, and somebody needs to back me up on this, Halloween is work. It is not fun. Like my husband and I literally fight. You take them. No, you take them. No, you take them. I take them last time. Then you have to buy the costumes, and they want the sword, and they break the sword, so they need another one, and it's just, and it's a school night. Then you got to fuss with them to,
Yeah.
I'm just not.
Yeah, the school night thing for sure. Yeah, I love Halloween though. And now that I don't have a little kid, I always want to go with somebody that has a little kid. I'm like, let's go to the pumpkin patch. Let's go trick or treating. I don't know. I'm weird.
So I'm not sure if y'all can see this. I don't know if you can see it. This is why I don't necessarily like Halloween. Can you see this little girl?
Oh, yes. I love that, though.
Okay,
Well, you're just mad because you're...
Honey, what you don't love is I asked her for a month and then 3 weeks before and then 2 weeks before. That was the morning of Halloween. Mom, I want a costume because I want to go out with my friends. Like, listen, chick, you said you didn't want to do Halloween. I had to scrape all around the house. That's why I don't like Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Like Miranda said, it's work.
It is. It's definitely a lot of work.
Yeah.
But it's okay. But they're cute.
But I think if I didn't have kids, it would probably be fun.
Fun.
All my friends who don't have kids have like parties and, cases of costume pieces. And, everybody's like, what are you wearing? Like, I'm going to go as a suburban mom. I don't know.
I'm going to go as the black girl who rocks.
There you go.
Right. We have this neighborhood up here in Seattle. When I remember I went for the first year and they like shut down the whole block. And it's all like these big older houses. And this one guy was like serving wine and beer to all the parents. And I'm just like, oh, I will do this every year if that's the case. Like if the parents can get treated too, I'm here. I'm with it for sure. Mm-hmm. Like Kaneen said, which I posted there, we're definitely going to do the Booby Bash in Atlanta. I wish that you ladies could come. Miranda, you could still make a road trip. You could be back in time. Halloween, just take your kids out trick-or-treating. It's on a Saturday. I'm just saying.
We would have to fight, and that would be my husband's job that day. I'd just be like, I'm done. I'm gone. So I would love to, because I can't even imagine the fun that we had on the retreat, and now it's Halloween, and everyone's like so hyped because they know the other retreat was good. So yeah, it's going to be really great.
Yeah, and we're going to this candle making place, and then they have what they call nip candle holders, and they're in different melanin colored. Yeah, they're just. I'll have to send you guys a picture. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
I'm really, really jealous.
I mean, what are you doing, Tova? Like, how come you can't come?
It's the day before my anniversary. I'm going to be in Vegas. Theo is not having it, okay? He's gonna be like,
it's okay, my brother. I get it. I'm not even going to fight that one. I'm not going to fight you either, Miranda. I'm just going to keep dropping little nuggets. But we definitely so if anybody is watching and if you are in the Atlanta area or if you can get down to Atlanta, you should come and join us. We're doing dinner beforehand.
Go for
and
me.
Then,
be so much fun. Sad, I'm going to miss it.
And then we're going to candle making, and costumes are highly encouraged. So I got to start planning out something so I can be cute. Mm-hmm. Yes. So, but we definitely got to start thinking about the retreat sometime soon. I definitely miss all you ladies. I miss everybody. So I would love to see you all in person.
I'm looking. Hey, I need you. I'm looking for all the photos, Kaneen. All the photos. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not there, so I need you to do it. I'm looking for all the photos, Kaneen.
Kaneen is going to have at least 50 photos for sure, at the very least. Well, I appreciate that you ladies. Daniela, you could come. Like, everybody says they wish they could. I mean, I get it. It is like it's a weekend. It's before Halloween. But Daniela, I mean, I'll call in to all you guys as husbands, except for Theo. I'm not getting on his bad side. Sorry. I'm not going to do that. But I'm so glad that you ladies were able to join me tonight. Thank you so much. I hope that you both had fun sitting
Yeah.
here having a talk with me. We'll definitely have to do it again. Yes, and I love you both. And thank you for participating in our Breast Wishes campaign. If you have not gotten your card deck, go on ahead and pre-order it now. Let me go ahead and drop a discount code in there for you. I'll use one of these ladies since they're here on the show with me right now. But if you need to follow us, definitely follow us again. We are on Facebook at For the Breast of Us. We have a private Facebook group just for women of color who've been affected by breast cancer called Breast Cancer Baddies. Go on ahead and join us there. We're on Instagram at For the Breast of Us and Twitter at The Breast of Us. And you can always go on our website and take a look at some of the blogs that these ladies have written and look at the beautiful pictures from the When You See Us campaign, because that's getting a lot of traction right now. So definitely do that and support all the work that these ladies are doing in their communities, you know, for you and for the other women. So thank you again for joining us. I love you ladies, and everybody have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.